What is up, guys? Arm here today, and today I have for you a video where I'm going to be showing you the fastest way for a new player to go ahead and get up to the Raven tier weapon in Blade and Soul. So a lot of the negativity surrounding Blade and Soul in the most recent patches is that how it's become much more difficult for a new player to gear and get into parties and find parties, simply because the majority of parties are recruiting based on the weapon tier, the Raven tier weapon. So if we go ahead and look in my inventory here, you will see that the Raven tier weapon is actually a good distance away from where you start playing off the game, and it's basically being said that it's really difficult for players to get up to that Raven tier weapon to be able to get into different parties and be able to run the endgame content. Well, first I want to debunk that myth by saying if you are having difficulties getting into parties, you should join my Discord server. So the Discord server link is in the description below, and in my Discord server there is a link called Stuff Forming over here on the left. In the Stuff Forming tab, people are recruiting for different dungeons and different parties at all times. There are no requirements for any of this stuff. Basically, as long as you have a brain, you can run these dungeons and learn how to do them. It's really, really cool. Additionally, for people that are saying it's hard to get into raids, same thing, Black Tower raid forming. People make raids for getting into these parties, and if you are having difficulties getting into any parties, make sure your first place you go is to my Discord. It's a super positive, super happy environment. Everybody's there to help. Nobody's negative. It's a great place to be, and I cannot tout it enough. Not only because it's mine, but because of everybody that's in here are just amazing people. So enough selling myself. Let's get back into the video. So regardless if you're having difficulties getting to parties or not, you're still going to want to get to this Raven weapon tier as fast as possible. So to put you in a bit of context, my first character that I got up to my Raven weapon tier was my Force Master. My Force Master, it took me 2 months to get to this Raven tier weapon. It is not something that happens overnight. It is definitely something that you're going to have to play the game for quite a bit. That being said, I've got this down to the easiest and fastest way for you guys. I've got it down to 6 weeks of playing Blade and Soul to be able to get to this Raven tier weapon on your main character. So yeah, I'm kind of a little jealous because it's 2 weeks shorter than it took me to get there at first. So, but yes, this is a great method for you guys, and I'm going to hop right into it. We're going to get right into it and just basically walk you through it and how you do this. So this method is going to involve running your weeklies, leveling an alt, and running dailies on your preferred character that you're going to want to get up to the Raven tier weapon. So this method is going to take you about 100 hours of gameplay, 100 hours of gameplay over a 6-week period. It comes out to about 2 hours and 20 minutes per day. That being said, you only need to play the game for about 30 minutes a day to make this work. The majority of your gameplay can be done on the weekend leveling the alternate character. That's going to be the biggest time sink in this whole method. Anyway, so basically the first things first, to give you some context here, to go ahead and get your weapon upgraded to the Raven tier, you're going to be starting at Seraph or Baleful Stage 3. The reason for this is when you complete the story gives you all of the materials and everything that you need to get to that Seraph or Baleful Stage 3. So going from Seraph to Stage 3 to Raven Stage 1, I went ahead and took out the reinforcement path that you see over here and put everything into a spreadsheet to make it easy to see and to do a lot of math. So we're going to hop over to that spreadsheet, and I'm going to need to close my webcam so you can see it, so I do apologize. I know you all love looking at my face. So we are over on the spreadsheet, and these are all of the different items that you need to go ahead and make this upgrade. So as you can see, I'm not going to read through everything. You can read it. The spreadsheet will be available. There'll be a link in the description below to go ahead and look at the spreadsheet all you want. So to make the upgrade though, total-wise, you're going to need about 6,000 gold. So 6,000 gold is a lot of gold if you were to purchase every single item on this list. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. So we are going to make everything that we can farm personally, we're going to farm it, and everything that we have to buy, we're just going to go ahead and buy it. We're going to bite the bullet on that one. So all of the things that we cannot farm are located right here on this column here, and the only items that we cannot farm are totaled for about 1,800 gold. So that's much more manageable. Additionally, with this method, you'll be able to craft some of these items furthermore and not actually need to buy all of them, although we're omitting that from our calculations. We don't know what crafting guilds you joined or anything like that, but you are going to be getting more materials than you need, so you could potentially craft some of these and lower the amount of gold cost even further. So with that, let's hop on over into the first way that we're going to be making the majority of this gold, and that is in our dailies and our weeklies. So on your main character, whichever character you want to get to your maximum level, you're going to want to have to run your daily quests every single day, and you're going to want to make sure you run your weekly dungeons every single day. So what are dailies and what are weeklies? Just make sure everybody's up to speed and knows what I'm talking about when I say this. So you have 2 options every day when you log into Blade and Soul. You will have a daily challenge, and this is right underneath the mini-map. If you didn't see where I clicked, daily challenge it says. There are daily challenges. It shows you what tomorrow's daily challenges are, and then it shows you what your weekly challenges are. So daily challenges are a rotation of dungeons. They're usually very easy to complete. The first 3 are very easy to complete. I mean, honestly, 2 of them, Celestial Basin and Coldrake's Lair. Celestial Basin is kill 1 mini-boss. Coldrake's Lair is be logged on at noon, 3, 6, 9, or midnight on the Eastern time zone for the US. I don't know what the time zones are for everybody, but you can just click this link up here and see when they are. So as long as you're logged in, you can go ahead and get that one as well. So that means you just need to do one super easy dungeon like Lair of the Frozen Fang for today. and go ahead and knock that out. So very easy to do these. These take about 25-30 minutes a day. Very, very easy. The other one is the weekly dungeons. So these weekly dungeons can only be done once a week. They're called raids, but they're kind of just really a dungeon. You walk in and kill a boss. So that's Dawn of Kandahar, Fallen Around to School, and Snowjade Fortress. So these dungeons, these raids, whatever you want to call them, are a bit harder. You're going to need to have a little bit of gear to do these, but it's not terrible. You pretty much can do it fresh out of the story. You'll just need to find a party to do it. And if you are looking for a place to do it or looking for a party, my Discord's a great place. People are recruiting it all the time. So yes, once again, hop into my Discord if you're having difficulties getting into these parties for these raids. So that is what I'm talking about when I say dailies, weeklies. This is what I'm talking about, doing your daily dungeons every day for the week, and then doing your weekly dungeons or weekly raids, whatever you want to call them. They take about an hour to do the weeklies, and it takes about 25-30 minutes to do the dailies. So that is where our calculation for time comes down here. So estimated time per week doing this is going to be 4.5 hours per week that you're going to be running these dungeons, these raids. Your total gold gained for that week doing these is going to be 132, almost 133 gold. This is broken down by the gold reward for the quest, as well as selling all the tradable materials that you get. By doing this method that I'm showing you right here, you're going to be getting more materials than you need, so you can go ahead and sell on the tradable versions to go ahead and make extra gold, because that is always going to be our rate limiting factor. So once again, sell on your materials that you get for completing these, and you'll be getting about 133 gold plus a bunch of upgrade materials. So the second way that we're going to get our upgrade materials on this character, and we're doing this for 6 weeks, by the way, these dailies and weeklies, 6 weeks of this. The second way that we're going to get our materials and gold is going to be through farming Desolate Tomb, Naryu Sanctum, and Naryu Foundry. So these 3 dungeons that you see right here, you're going to be farming these anyway. You need to run these dungeons to get your legendary accessories, your first 3, your most important 3, your necklace, your belt, and your bracelet. So these accessories, the only way to get them is through these dungeons. You're going to have to run them at least 10 times, and I'm recommending you run Desolate Tomb 100 times for this method. So the reason you're running these 10 times is because it unlocks an achievement that allows you to purchase the accessory fresh off of the merchant, so you don't have to farm this dungeon over and over. You can just purchase it. The only thing you need are Draken Cores, and the reason we're running Desolate Tomb is to get those Draken Cores because it drops a bunch of Draken Cores. It's easier to run of the 3. And then additionally, for completing this boss 100 times, you get 7 bonus attack power, so it's a nice little bonus. Basically, after you complete all of this farm, you're going to go ahead and have everything you need to get your 3 legendary accessories, plus a bunch of upgrade materials, so this is a win-win-win. It's going to take you 40 hours at 20 minutes per dungeon. That's a pretty accurate number for how long it's going to take you fresh out of the story to complete these. And if you are struggling to find parties, once again, my Discord, or just use F8 to find these parties. They're really not that hard anymore as far as dungeon goes. As far as our loot from these, I have it broken down right here, what you're going to get from completing these. I'm not going to read through the whole thing for you. The final method that we're going to do to make our gold is going to be leveling an alt. So every character, every player gets 2 characters that they can create. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your second character slot. You're going to make an alt of a character that you want to play, or if you have no intention of playing the class whatsoever, I highly recommend picking a gunslinger simply because it does more DPS and has more mobility and is the fastest way through completing the story. If you have no intentions of playing the character, if you do have intentions of playing the character, pick something that you will enjoy playing. It's pretty simple. But anyway, you're going to level through that story on that character, and then you're going to run your weeklies for 6 weeks on that character as well. So you can run your weeklies dungeons on any number of times per character. You can only run it once per week, but if you have multiple characters, you can run it multiple times for that week. And those are our methods for going ahead and making up this gold. So if we head over to my little completed chart over here and look at all the items that we need to farm. So these are the items that we still need to farm: Sacred Crystals, Soulstone Crystals, Moonstone Crystals, Elysian Crystals, Forging Orbs, Void Fragments, and Gold. I've got their count here, and basically what I did is I went through and did each of the little methods that I described. So our Desolate Tomb, Naryu Sanctum, and Naryu Foundry farm. After we've completed our 100 runs or 120 runs total of all that, this is what we're going to have, this is how long it's going to take, etc. You can look through the spreadsheet on your own. Basically, this is what's left. Next, we're going to run weeklies on our main character for 6 weeks. And weeklies on our main character for 6 weeks is basically going to make it so we have everything that we need except for 900 gold and 250 soul stones. So after bringing in the alt character that we went ahead and put in, and even including the leveling time, it's still only going to take about 1800 minutes, which comes out to about 30 hours worth of playtime, including running our weekly 6 times with this character, is going to give us just about everything we need. We're only going to be 150 gold short. That 150 gold can be made up by running any dungeons that you want or any event sorts of things that are going on. Additionally, you're going to have side quests and stuff that you're going to do throughout the story. So, for example, the Dead Refuse to Die quest, there's Know Thine Enemy quests. You're going to have a whole bunch of different quests you're going to do that are going to give you this 150 gold. That's why I'm not really too concerned about it. So our total time to do this is 97 hours. Hours per day comes out to 2.3. Once again, the majority of your time is only going to be just doing dailies for 30 minutes a day. the rest of your time is going to be taken up by leveling that alternate character that you haven't done already. So if you do already have an alternate character level, this becomes even easier. It's just running your weeklies on both of your characters for 6 weeks. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope this helps you if you're gearing your character or getting ready to play, and if it did, make sure to leave a like and check out some of the other videos on the channel. Thank you for watching guys. Peace.